And it's time for another matchup in the second round of the Big Lager Championship. Let's have a look at the table. So, looking again at the second round here in the last matchup, if you remember, we saw the Peroni get knocked out by the Rossini. I said about the Rossini having a little bit of a malty taste. I did get another bottle, which was cooler, and it still had a little bit of that malty taste to it. It was still better than the Peroni. It was a really nice beer, really enjoyed it. So the Rossini did deserve to get through. Don't know whether the one that went up against the Peroni was a little bit more malty than normal, but I don't think there was anything wrong with it. Rossini is through to the quarter-finals. But what is the next one going to be? Well, it's going to be one of these two beers. It's going to be either the Champigneulles all the way from Asda, or the San Miguel, the one that I almost didn't put in the championship. I forgot to put in the championship. Nice big bottle of San Miguel Especial. Obviously, the UK brewed San Miguel and the Champigneulles, which I'm pretty sure is brewed in France. What can I say? Right, the Champigneulles is 5.5% ABV, so this is the strongest beer in this competition, but it is in the same price bracket as all these other beers, so it's allowed. Let's just face it. So 5.5%. What else can I say about it? It is a continental lager. I know that it does have a very different flavour to a lot of the other lagers, but we will see what I think of it, basically. So there we go. Not much more to say. San Miguel, that's 5% ABV, so it's not a weak one. 620ml bottle. As I say, I'm pretty sure this one's about £3.50 it cost me, but you can get it cheaper than that. And the Champigneulles is about £1 a can, I think. I don't think it's very dear at all. It comes in 6 packs. I think it might be about £6, maybe £7 for 6 cans of Champigneulles. Anyway, not much more to say about that. Let's get these poured out into glasses and get the taste test underway. Okay, so not the most generous pours this time, but there'll be enough for a taste test. There we got a little bit less than half a glass of a little bit of each, should we say? What can I say? Let's tell you which one's which first of all. So this is which one is which. Okay, that was which one was which. Okay, let's have a little look at these two. So, oh, this one looks a little bit hazy. Interesting. I think it's hazy. Or is that chill haze? Yeah, it does look. It's got a little bit of a haze to it. It's not as clear as that. That was crystal clear. That one's not quite as clear. Don't know what to say really. That one's got a little bit more of an amber to it than that one. But other than that, there's not much more to say about it. They are similar colours. I'd say this one is clearer than this one. Let's start getting a nose. Let's get a nose on this one first. Oh yes, that's got a very interesting nose, should we say. It's got a bit of malt to it. It's quite grassy. It's quite citrusy. A little bit rustic. A lot of wholemeal bread in there. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's get a nose on this one now. So this one's a bit more... hard to tell. Bit spicy. Bit more spicy in the aroma. A little bit more fruity. A little bit creamy. Interesting. I'm not really sure about that. It's quite sweet, got quite a sweet aroma. From the smell, I've no idea which one's which out of these, so it'll be a nice, honest taste test. Yeah, that one's giving a lot more sort of malt in the smell. Giving something else as well, which is different. This one's not got as much in the nose. A little bit metallic. Anyway, let's start tasting these things because I don't really know. I can't really tell. Can't really get much from that nose, really. Getting a little bit of fruit and a little bit of grassiness. Not a huge amount of malt. So let's get tasting them. Here we go with this one. Cheers. So bang, that's in my palate with a lot of kind of fruity flavours, citrusiness, nice bitterness that is now tingling my tingling my tongue at the moment. It's very full of flavour, very full on. It's crisp and it's refreshing, but it's got a nice sweetness to it. Not much of an aftertaste as yet, but I'll wait till the second go to decide the aftertaste. You never know. Interesting. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of fruitiness. Can't really pick out what fruits. But there is a bit of bitterness there. There is some lemon in there. There's a bit of banana, possibly. A little bit oaty in the taste. It's just something that's a little bit, I don't know, creamy and weird. Anyway. Okay, let's have a think about this one. So, here we go. Cheers. Interesting. That's quite bitter. I have no idea which one's which out of these. This one's not giving us much away. It's got quite a bit of bitterness. There's a little bit of an aftertaste. But there's not much there in the flavour department. Tastes a bit generic, although there's quite a bit of bitterness to it. I'd say quite a bitter generic kind of lager flavour on that one. This one's got a lot more depth. Yeah, it's syrupy. Well, it's a little bit syrupy. I mean, which I think is which is really overriding at the moment. If I'm wrong, this is bizarre as to which one's which, because I'll tell you my reasoning in a minute. I mean, this one is going through anyway. This one has just got so much more flavour than that one. This one's got bitterness, but it hasn't really got anything else. There's not much in the flavour, especially coming off the back of this one. And this one has got the best way. It's got Bière Deluxe flavours, like that Bière Deluxe from Asda. It's got similar flavours to that. Those kind of Belgian-y flavours. So I'd be very surprised if this wasn't the Champigneulles. But a perfectly fair assessment. This has got bitterness. It's got nothing else though, really. It's crisp. It's refreshing. There's a teeny bit of malt in the background. It's got a little bit of citrus, a little bit of grassiness. But you know, it's a lot better than like the cheap lagers. There is something there. But really, this one's a lot better. It's just interesting. It's interesting. It's very different from most lagers. It's going to be very hard. If this is the one I think it is, it's going to be very hard to put this up against other beers, really. Because it's so distinctive and it's so different. It's going to be hard, but I think a lager that does what a lager should do incredibly well would really give this a run for its money. The fact that it doesn't taste like your typical lager will probably count against it a bit. I know it shouldn't, but it's not a very fair fight if I say, well, this is full of flavour. It's got all that Belgian kind of yeasty character to it. And I mean, the thing is, if I'm wrong, if I'm getting the wrong way around here, then I'm obviously talking nonsense. But saying that all that about this, I know, is that a lager? Possibly. Is it fair with it being 5.5% to have this up against other beers? I don't know, really. Am I just going to say if I prefer this one, then that's the one that's going through? I don't know. We'll find out first of all whether this is actually Champigneulles. If it's not, I'm going to have a very red face, and I'm not really going to know where to go with it, really. Because if I think that that San Miguel tastes like a Belgian-y style lager, then there's something wrong with my taste buds, clearly. But anyway, this one's going through anyway. I'm going to give this a fair shot. The Belgianiness of it is not going to count against it. But it'd be interesting to see if there's any other beers that would give this one a run for its money, because this one has got a lot of flavour. It's very interesting. I do remember this was the Champigneulles in the last matchup. In its last round, it nearly didn't get through. So it is beatable, but it is very nice. That's bland and forgettable. Let's find out if I was right, and then I'll do my final bits. So I don't have to hand over my beer tasting hat just yet. Yeah, I mean, that was San Miguel. It's hard to do a blind taste test when from the first sip you know which is which. I thought this was the Champigneulles when I first smelt it, but then when I smelt this one, there was something about the smell of that one that was a bit strange. So I thought maybe, I think it was when I tasted it, the whack of bitterness I got from it, I thought, was that the thing that made the Champigneulles nearly not get through in the last one? I can't remember whether I said it was a bit abrasive. So then I started second guessing myself, wondering whether the really bitter one was the Champigneulles. But then when I went back to this one, and tasted that kind of yeasty, estery kind of, almost like Weizenbier kind of notes almost in it. You know, this is how Asda do like a French style lager. Clearly, that's what the Champigneulles is like. It's what the Beard Lux is like. Very interesting. It's what really got the Beard Lux to win the cheap lager championship, because there's really nothing quite like it in that kind of price bracket. That's if you don't go to Aldi or Lidl or go for a higher alcohol price point. But yeah, San Miguel. It's let's have it from the bottle. Yeah, it's all right, but it's, as I say, bland and forgettable, but it's a bit more flavourful than that. The other thing was, as well, the fact that this poured a little bit hazy. I thought, well, if that's the San Miguel and it's pouring hazy, then something's happened in the bottle, because San Miguel is definitely not hazy. It'll have been filtered to within an inch of its life, and it's definitely not going to be hazy under any circumstances. Champigneulles, is it supposed to be hazy? A little bit, just a tiny bit hazy. A little bit of a natural haze in there. I wonder why. Interesting. But there you go, Champigneulles through to the next round, to the quarterfinal. It's going to be a really hard one to beat this. It's going to be as hard as well, because I will know which one it is. I think every single beer it's up against, I'm going to know which one the Champigneulles is. But I think a really good multi-lager like the San Martinez could do it. I think a really crisp, refreshing lager like the Red Stripe could do it. I'm trying to think if there's any other really interesting beers. I think there's a couple others that were very impressive. The Birra Mapelli was pretty good as well. That was the Aldi version of Birra Moretti. Pretty sure that's still got to go. So there's going to be a few there that will give this a run for its money. Not going to crown this the winner just yet, but it's a really flavourful lager. But it's 5.5%. But certainly, if you're in Asda, Champigneulles, get it. Get some cans of it, because it's really tasty. Really tasty. Nice small 330ml cans. I think they're about £6 for about £7. They weren't very dear at all. And well, this is like $3.50 a bottle. I mean, come on. But yeah, San Miguel out. Not bad though. I've always had a thing for UK brewed San Miguel. I've always thought it's quite a nice lager. But Champigneulles is a lot better. So there you go, Champigneulles through to the quarterfinals. Nothing else to say apart from, till next time, have a good.